Hello everyone, welcome back to my new video. So today we will be discussing about a very important topic, that is the Shrotas in detail. So Shrotas is a very important thing to understand because it is very important in understanding about the disease origin and other purposes, and it is also very much important from both physiological as well as pathological point of the view. So without any further delay, let's get started. Firstly, definition. What do we understand by the term Shrotas or Shrot? So, the term Shrot or the Shrotas denotes a channel or path through which the nutrient materials to the various tissues are supplied for nourishment. It is derived from the root su sravane, meaning to flow, to ooze, to exude, to cause, to flow, etc. So the main meaning is, if we look into this term, it is a very important term, that is the shu shravane. Now shravane means something, shravan means something which is flow. So shru shravane means to flow, and according to Charak, he has defined shrotas as shravanat shrotangsi. So it means that Shravanat, Shravan means to flow, and Shrota Angsi, here is a Sandhi here, that is the Shrot and Angsi. That means the Shrotas are nothing but they let the Shravan to occur through them. So we can understand that Shrotas are those channel or those path by which the various dhatus, mal, all the other aspects flows through it. The Shravan of all those material happens via these Shrotas. So this is what has been mentioned by Acharya Charak. Next, if we look into the synonyms, now there are various synonyms that has been mentioned by Acharya Charak. He has mentioned in Vimansthan 5th chapter, which is the Shrot Vimani Adhyay, that is mainly based upon the Shrot. So he has mentioned that Shrotamsi Siraha, Dhamanya, Rasainya, Rasavahinya, Nadyah, Panthanah, Margah, Sharira Chidrani, Samritta, Asamritani, due to Sandhi, the A is added here, I, Sthanani, Ashayah, Nikitas Cheti. Sharira Dhatwak Ashanang, Laksha, Lakshanang, Namani Bhavanti. So these are the few synonyms that has been mentioned by Acharya Charak. Next, if we look into the origin. So Acharya Sushrut in Sharistan 9th chapter has mentioned that Mulat Khadantare Dehe Prasritan Tvavivahi Yat. So the most important term in this verse is the word khadantara. Now what is the meaning of khadantara? So khadantara can be thought of something such as the rikta sthan, or something which is empty. So something which is empty or the rikta sthan, that is the meaning of the kha, or it means that Shrotas have its origin from something where it is empty. For example, if we consider this circle to be empty, just a hypothetical situation, then from here the various Shrotas will have its origin. So it is like that. So the mool or the origin, moolat khadantare dehe prasritan tva avivahi yat. That means the origin, the mool of the Shrota is khadantaram. Now khadantaram is comprised of the word kha, where kha means rikta sthan or empty space. So wherever a space is empty, it has the possibility to give rise to the Shrotas. If we take the example of a particular organ for our easy understanding, then we can understand it by the help of an example of the organ, that is the heart. So we all know that the heart has the various vessels attached to it, such as the aorta, the superior and the inferior vena cava, and much more. So what is happening is that from the heart, these vessels arises out and reaches the various parts of the body. So this thing, that is, it arises from the heart. So that is what has been said in the slok by Acharya Sushrut. That is, from the empty spaces these Shrotas originate. So the vessels originate from the heart. So with the help of this, we can understand that the vessels, they behave like that of the Shrotas, and they make the ras adi dhatus available to different parts of the body. But however, this is very much limited only up to the tubular Shrotas. What are tubular Shrotas? They can be understood like that. For example, the dhamani, or the various arteries and the vessel can be understood as tubular Shrotas, because they are like tube-like form and inside of which the various fluid material flows. Next, functions. Shrotas serves as ayana mukhani to both the malakya and prasadanakya dhatus. Now, what do we mean by ayana mukhani? Now, again, if we look closely, ayana mukha is a compound word and comprising of two words, ayan and mukh. So, ayan means in gato, and it means the path or the way. Therefore, iron is that through which movement of material takes place. So it is very clearly understood that the meaning of iron is meaning that something or some any of the rasadi dhatus or anything, it can be even mal or rupa dhatu or any kind of thing, the movement of that particular thing is happening. And the second term, that is the mukh, it's derived from the term much mokshane, that means the opening, entrance, mouth, door, passage, etc. Therefore, mukh indicates a structure through which a thing get out or get in. So, in total or in general, ayana mukhi is comprised of two terms, ayan and mukhani, where ayan means something that is moving or flowing, and mukhani means the moksha or a passage or a door to get out or get in. So, it means that ayana mukhani, that is something to flow, to come in or get out respectively. Now, function. So, Acharya Bhav Mishra Acharya Bhav Mishra have said the following functions of the Shrota that are mainly found. That is the Man, Pran, Anna, Paniya, that means the Udak, Dosh, Dhatu, Upadhatus, Dhatu Mal, which is a product of Dhatu Agnipak, Mutra, Purish, and all the other material are transported by the Shrotas in the body. So we all know that, for example, if we take the Rasadi Dhatus, then for example, the Ras Dhatu, what happens that the Ras Dhatu originates from the heart and then it moves continuously to different parts of the body, and so does the various dhatus. We upadhatus along with the anna bha, that is the we take the anna, and the various biometabolism, the pachan and all the things happen there, and then it is made available to different parts of the body. Now, how it reaches or how it travels to different parts of the body, and this function is actually mainly assisted by the Shrotas. That means they travel via these Shrotas to move from one place to another. That is the Shu Shravane. Shravan means flow, and so is the function of the Shrotas. They help this thing to move from one place of the body to another constantly. Next, classification. So in general, Shrotas are of two types. First is the Bahya Shrotas. Now, second is the Abhyantar Shrotas. So the Bahya Shrotas means something that is Bahya. The word Bahya means the external, and Abhyantar means internal. So the Bahya Shrotas also have a synonym, that is the Nav Dwaras. Now, Nav means 9 and Dwaras means the entrance or the door. So why Nav Dwaras? So if we roughly draw a human figure, pardon me for my diagram. What is happening is that we all know that we have two eyes, two ears, two nasal passages, one mouth, anus, and a urinary tract. So, totaling all this, we have 2 plus 2 plus 2, that is 6 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8, and including the urinary tract, we have 9. So we have total 9 openings, and it is common for both the male and the female. But however, if we look into the anatomical structure of the female, then we can clearly see that they have two things extra. That is, they have the breasts, and also they have a opening for the menstrual blood to flow. So these three have also been counted while enumerating or classifying the Bahya Shrotas. So due to the presence of two breasts, another 2 is added and one opening for the menstrual blood. So totaling of 3 here. That means in female there are actually 9 plus 3, that is the 12 opening. However, in male there will be only 9 opening. So it has been just mentioned that there are 3 extra bahya shrotas that are present only in the women. So don't make any mistake. Male have 9 bahya shrotas. They are known as a navadwars, and navadwar is present in both male and female. But however, the 3 additional shrotas, that is the stanya and the artava part, that is the breast and the one opening for the menstrual part, is being counted extra in the terms of the female. So this is what the bahya shrotas. And bahya shrotas are something through which the shrotas come out outside the body. For example, if we take the excreta of the nose, whenever we are having a common cold, the mucus has been excreted out. So such function is being done by the bahya shrotas. That means they bring out the materials inside the body to outside. That means they help in the excretion part. Then mainly the excretion part. Next, if we look into the second, it will be 2 abhyanta shrotas. The term abhyantar means inside or the interior. Just like bahya, which means outside, abhyantar means they are present inside the body, and actually they are innumerable in number. They are innumerable in number, and they are present all over the bodies. The dhatu vaha shrotas are chiefly considered to be abhyantar shrotas. We all know that there are sapta dhatus, and each of the dhatus have their own shrotas for their movement. So let's see what Acharya Charak and Sushruta gives their opinion regarding this. So Acharya Charak has mentioned 13 pairs of shrotas, whereas Sushruta has mentioned 11 pairs of shrotas. So if we look into the verse by Acharya Charak, he has mentioned that prana udaka anna ras rudhira mangsa medo asti majja shukra mutra purisha sweda vahani iti. And Acharya Sushruta have mentioned that tani tu prana anna udaka ras rakta mangsa medo mutra purisha shukra artava vahini yeshva adhikara ekekshang vahuni eteshang vishesha bahavaha. So if we look into closely into the verse, then according to Charak, the shrotas are pranavaha, annavaha, udakavaha, and then the saptadhatus, and also mutra, swet, purish. So there is an easy trick to remember it. That is, we will be taking the 3 plus 3 plus 7 rule. So what is the 3 plus 3 plus 7 rule? The first 3 shrotas, that is the 3 indicating here, will be those shrotas that are entering into the body. Now how enter into the body? For example, the pranavaha, annavaha and the udakavaha. Pranavaha shrotas mean the shrotas which carries the air. Annavaha shrotas are something which carry the food, and udakavaha shrotas are something which carry the fluid material. So if we see nicely, if we observe it nicely, then all these 3 things, that is the air, water and food, we intake it from the outside. So 3 shrotas we are intaking from the outside world towards the inside, and the other 3, that is the mutravaha, swedavaha and purishavaha. That means mutravaha shrotas obviously carries the mutra, swedavaha carries the sweda, and purishavaha carries the purish. So these 3 are for excreting the materials outside the body. Just like previously, 3 shrotas we used to take inside, so another 3 shrotas we take it to outside, and the rest 7 are the rasadi dhatus or the sapta dhatus, that is the ras, rakta, mamsa, med, asti, majja and shukra. So with the help of this we can remember all the 14 shrotas that has been mentioned by Acharya Charak. Next, if we look into Acharya Sushruta, so Acharya Sushruta has mentioned pranavaha, annavaha, udakavaha, ras, rakta, mamsa, medo, and then he has not mentioned about asti and majjavaha, and he has also not mentioned about swedavaha shrotas as well. He has mentioned about the mutravaha and the purishavaha shrotas. However, artavavaha shrotas is something that has been mentioned extra by Acharya Sushruta. So this is the difference here. We need to understand this part. Next, the Shrota Vaigunya. So if we Acharya Charak in Vimansan have mentioned that aharascha viharascha yaha syad dosha gunehe samaha. Dhatu vir gunas chapi shrotasang sa pradushakah. That means aharasya viharasya. The ahara vihar, they are the cause that are mainly responsible for vitiating the doshas, and these are also responsible for disturbing the functional and anatomical integrity of the shrotas. So this is the Srota Vaiguna, the mainly the dysfunctioning of the Shrotas, the Ahar and the Vihar. Whatever is harmful for our body is also causing harm to the Shrotas as well. As a result of which if they are vitiated, then the other structural part of the body, that is the Dhatu, will be vitiated, resulting in an overall depletion of the normal body's physiological structure. Next, lakshanas means if the shrotas are vitiated, what will be the lakshan? So this is very important in terms of understanding the nidan. It is very important, especially from rog nidan point of view and also from practice point of view. Why? Acharya Chalak in Viman Sthan have mentioned that ati pravrittihi sango va siranang granthyo api va vimarga gamanan cha api shrotasang dushti lakshanam. So if we look it closely, then this verse actually deals with 4 terms: ati pravritri, sanga, sira granthi actually, and vimarga gamanan. So what are these 4 terms? These 4 are actually the lakshanas of the shrutas being vitiated. So what does the individual term mean? So firstly, the ati pravritti. Ati means increased and pravritti means flow. So by the name itself, it means the increased flow of the contents. So if we consider this to be as shrutas, then what is happening that, for example, this material are traveling at a normal velocity of, let's say, 2 meter per second. Just a hypothetical situation, but in ati pravritti condition, they are traveling at a velocity of 10 meter per second. So there is an increased flow or the increased velocity or the increased flow of this contents. Next, we have the Sangaya. Sangya means obstruction to the flow. So understand it carefully. While it is flowing, without any obstruction, there won't be any problem. But however, if there is any kind of structure which is blocking it from middle, for example Shangha, then there will be obstruction to the flow. That means this part won't be getting any more much of the nutrients, as a result of which this region will be the shy of this region will occur, that is the depletion of this region will occur. So this is another lakshanas of Shrota Dushti, that is the Shanga, obstruction to the flow. Next, we have the Shira Granthi, that is the dilatation with hardening. That means the Shrotas here, which is of normal width, will actually get dilated and also with hardening. That means it will either increase or decrease, and also it will become hard. The walls of the Shrotas or the boundaries of the Shrotas will actually become hardened, as a result of which there will be any kind of good movement or a normal continuity of the movement. And finally, the also we can understand it like that, the Sira Granthi, formation of nodules like structure, the Granthi stage. And next, the Vimarga Gamanang. Vimarga means moving into other region and Gaman means flowing. So understanding it like that, for example, the things are flowing through this region, but instead of flowing through this region, they are moving here and there. So this is nothing but the Vimarga Gamanang, that is flowing from its flowing into other region or following an abnormal path, rather following the channels or paths of his own. So with this, we have come to the end of today's topic, and there are actually much to know. This is for this part. The rest of the thing, that is the details about each of the Shrotas, I'll make a dedicated video in the next one. So all these things will be discussed in my next video. And if you like my video, or if you have any doubt regarding the video, do let me know in the comment section below and hit the like button. And also, if this video is helpful for you and if you want more such video, then do subscribe to my channel for more such content. Thank you.